Your soulmate opened up to their mother about you, and shockingly, she shouted, "You are my beloved child." Don't skip, because what you are about to hear is not an ordinary message. Last night, your soulmate gathered the courage to tell their mother everything they had been hiding about you. Every memory, every silent feeling, every reason your name never left their heart was finally spoken aloud. For a few moments, the room became completely silent, and then, without warning, their mother stood up and shouted, "You are." But before she finished that sentence, something unexpected happened that changed the entire atmosphere. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. A strange silence filled the room after those words. Your soulmate's heartbeat grew louder with every passing second, wondering whether those unfinished words would bring hope or heartbreak. Their mother looked at your picture once more, her expression changing in a way no one could understand. It wasn't anger, it wasn't disappointment, it was something far deeper. She slowly placed the photo on the table and whispered a few words that left your soulmate completely speechless. Those words carried a secret that had never been revealed before. Don't skip, because the truth behind that unfinished sentence is far bigger than anyone expected. Just when your soulmate thought they understood what was happening, their mother took a deep breath and prepared to reveal the reason behind her shocking reaction. She said that before making any judgment, there was one incredible truth about you that everyone needed to hear first. Your soulmate couldn't believe what they were hearing, because this revelation had the power to change everything between you forever. But the most unbelievable part is still hidden. Stay till the end, because in the next part, the sentence beginning with "you are" will finally be completed, and what follows will leave everyone in complete disbelief. A quiet smile suddenly appeared on their mother's face, and she finally completed the sentence that had frozen the entire room. She looked directly at your soulmate and said, "You're about to lose someone truly rare if you let fear make this decision for you." Those words echoed through the house, and your soulmate stood there unable to speak. They had expected questions, doubt, or hesitation, but instead, they heard a warning they never imagined. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. Without another word, their mother shared something she had never told anyone before. She explained that genuine hearts are difficult to recognize, but once they appear, they should never be ignored. She reminded your soulmate of every moment they had spoken about you with hope in their eyes, every smile that appeared whenever your name was mentioned, and every dream that quietly included you. Suddenly, everything became clear. The feelings they had tried to hide were stronger than ever, and they realized they could no longer pretend those emotions didn't exist. Stay till the end, because the next revelation changes everything. As the conversation came to an end, their mother made one final statement that sent chills through your soulmate's heart. She said, "The next move is yours, but remember, opportunities like this don't wait forever." Those words stayed in your soulmate's mind long after the room fell silent. That very night, they made a decision they had been avoiding for far too long. What they decided is something no one in the family expected, and it has everything to do with you. Don't skip, because the next part reveals the choice that could change your entire story forever. A new morning arrived, but your soulmate could not escape the words their mother had spoken. They replayed every sentence again and again, searching for a reason to stay silent, yet every memory led them back to you. Deep inside, they realized they had been protecting their fears instead of following their heart. Don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you, and the next decision will surprise you. Later that day, they quietly opened a small box filled with old memories. There were tiny reminders of moments that had never lost their meaning. As they looked through them, a gentle smile appeared on their face for the first time in a long while. They whispered that no matter how much time had passed, one truth had never changed: you were still the person who brought peace to their heart. At that exact moment, they stopped running from their feelings and started preparing for something they had delayed for far too long. Stay till the end, because the biggest revelation is still ahead. Just when everything seemed certain, an unexpected voice interrupted their thoughts. A close family member entered the room and quietly said, "Before you take your next step, there is one important truth you still don't know." The smile on your soulmate's face disappeared instantly. Whatever this secret was, it had the power to change the direction of everything. Don't skip, because in the next part, that hidden truth will finally be revealed, and no one will see it coming. An uneasy silence filled the room as that family member slowly revealed the hidden truth. They said, "Your mother wasn't surprised because of who this person is. She was surprised because she had already noticed the change in you long before you admitted it." Those words left your soulmate completely speechless. Every sleepless night, every quiet smile, every moment of hope had already been seen. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate looked toward the window, realizing there was no reason left to hide what their heart had been carrying. Their mother gently smiled and said, "Real connections don't appear every day. They arrive only when the time is right." At that moment, the fear that had controlled every decision began to disappear. A new confidence replaced it, and for the first time, your soulmate started believing that the future they had imagined with you might actually become real. But just as peace returned to the room, a phone suddenly vibrated on the table. Everyone turned toward the screen. The name that appeared made your soulmate freeze in complete silence. No one expected that call at that exact moment, and what was about to be said could change everything once again. Don't skip, because the next part reveals who called and why this unexpected conversation became the biggest turning point of all. The phone continued to ring, and for a few seconds, no one dared to touch it. Your soulmate stared at the screen as if time itself had stopped. Their mother quietly nodded and said, "Answer it. Some moments only come once." With trembling hands, your soulmate picked up the call, never expecting that the voice on the other end would bring a message connected to you. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The caller spoke calmly, but every word carried unexpected weight. They said they had recently heard something remarkable about you, how your kindness, patience, and unwavering heart had quietly inspired people without you even realizing it. Your soulmate listened in complete silence, and with every sentence, the doubts that had lived inside them for so long began to disappear. They finally understood that what they felt for you wasn't a passing emotion, it was something genuine that refused to fade. When the call ended, your soulmate looked at their mother with tears shining in their eyes, not from sadness, but from clarity. Their mother smiled and softly said, "Now you know why I reacted the way I did." But before anyone could say another word, someone gently knocked on the front door. The unexpected visitor carried a truth that no one in the house was prepared to hear. Don't skip, because the next part reveals who arrived, and why their words changed everything forever. A gentle knock echoed through the house, and every conversation instantly came to a stop. Your soulmate slowly opened the door, expecting an ordinary visitor, but instead, someone arrived carrying a small envelope with your name written across the front. No one knew who had sent it, yet the moment their mother saw it, her expression completely changed. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The envelope contained only a single handwritten note. It wasn't long, but every word felt unforgettable. Some people enter your life for a reason, but one person arrives to change your future forever. The room fell silent again. Their mother quietly smiled and said, "This is exactly what I was trying to explain." Your soulmate finally understood that every unexpected event, from the conversation to the phone call to this mysterious message, had been leading toward the same realization. The signs were becoming impossible to ignore. Just as they carefully folded the note, another surprise appeared inside the envelope, a tiny photograph that no one expected to find. The moment your soulmate looked at it, they froze in complete disbelief. Their mother whispered, "Now everything makes sense." But what was shown in that photograph remained hidden from everyone watching. Don't skip, because the next part reveals the secret inside that picture, and it becomes the biggest revelation of this entire journey. The photograph slipped gently into your soulmate's hands, and for a brief moment, no one spoke. Their eyes widened as they recognized something they had completely forgotten. It wasn't just an ordinary picture, it captured a moment that had quietly shaped their heart long ago. Their mother looked at the image, smiled softly, and said, "Some connections begin long before we understand their purpose. Don't skip. Stay till the end." Something huge is waiting for you. As your soulmate continued staring at the photograph, hidden memories returned. One by one, they remembered small moments that had once seemed meaningless, but now fit together like pieces of a puzzle. Every unexpected meeting, every coincidence, every feeling they couldn't explain suddenly had a deeper meaning. They realized that life had been guiding them toward you in ways they had never noticed before. Their mother gently placed a hand on their shoulder and whispered, "When a bond is real, time only makes it stronger." Just when your soulmate thought every mystery had finally been solved, they turned the photograph over. On the back was a short handwritten message that no one had seen before. The words were faded, but one sentence stood out clearly. "The final answer will appear sooner than you think." The room became silent once again. No one knew who had written those words, or why they had appeared now. Don't skip, because the next part reveals the identity behind that mysterious message, and it changes everything forever. The room remained completely silent as your soulmate held the photograph close, unable to take their eyes off the faded handwriting. Their mother gently took the picture, looked at the message again, and quietly said, "I know who wrote this." Those words changed the atmosphere in an instant. Your soulmate's heart raced, knowing the answer they had been searching for was finally within reach. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Their mother explained that years ago, someone had noticed a rare quality in both of you, a kindness that never demanded attention and a loyalty that never faded with time. That person believed your paths would eventually cross in a meaningful way, even if the journey seemed confusing at first. Your soulmate stood there in disbelief, realizing that the story had been unfolding long before either of you understood it. Every delay, every unexpected turn, and every unanswered question now seemed to fit together perfectly. Then, just as everyone felt the mystery had finally been solved, their mother opened the envelope one last time and discovered a tiny folded piece of paper hidden inside. She unfolded it carefully, read the first line, and her eyes filled with surprise. She looked directly at your soulmate and whispered, "This changes everything." But before she could continue, the scene faded into silence. Don't skip, because the next part reveals the final hidden message, and it will become the most unforgettable moment of this entire journey. The tiny folded paper trembled slightly in their mother's hands. No one moved. No one even breathed. She slowly lifted her eyes toward your soulmate and said, "This message was never meant to be hidden forever." Your soulmate felt their heartbeat grow louder with every passing second, knowing that whatever was written there could answer every question that had remained unanswered. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. She unfolded the paper completely and read it aloud. It said, "When two hearts continue choosing kindness, respect, and hope despite every delay, they deserve the chance to meet without fear." The room fell into complete silence. Your soulmate closed their eyes, realizing this journey had never been about coincidence. It had always been about having the courage to trust what their heart had quietly known all along. Their mother smiled warmly and whispered, "Now I understand why your heart never gave up." Just as everyone believed the mystery had finally reached its end, a gentle breeze carried another surprise. A second note, hidden between the pages of the envelope, slipped onto the floor. Your soulmate picked it up, but before anyone could read the first line, their mother softly said, "That final message should only be opened when the moment is truly right." The room became silent once again, leaving one last secret waiting to be revealed. Don't skip, because the next part uncovers the final message that brings this unforgettable story to its emotional conclusion. The final note rested quietly in your soulmate's hands, but no one rushed to open it. The silence itself felt meaningful, as if every moment leading to this one had been preparing them for what came next. Their mother smiled gently and said, "Some answers become truly valuable only when your heart is ready to receive them." Your soulmate took a deep breath, unfolded the paper, and began to read. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The message was short, yet every word carried extraordinary meaning. If you have reached this moment, stop doubting what has always brought peace to your heart. Choose honesty over fear, patience over worry, and let kindness guide your next step. Your soulmate looked up with tears of relief, finally understanding that the greatest obstacle had never been distance or timing, it had been fear. Their mother nodded proudly and whispered, "Now you see why I reacted the way I did that night. I wasn't warning you against this connection. I was warning you not to lose it." As the evening came to an end, your soulmate carefully folded every letter, every photograph, and every memory back into the envelope, but one promise remained in their heart. They quietly promised that the next chapter of this story would no longer be controlled by hesitation. And just before the light in the room faded, their mother smiled one last time and said, "The most beautiful part of this journey hasn't happened yet." Those words marked not an ending, but the beginning of a brand new chapter, one filled with hope, courage, and the possibility of a brighter tomorrow. The following morning, your soulmate stood by the window, holding the envelope one last time. The words from the previous night still echoed in their heart, but now they carried something new, quiet determination. For the first time, they stopped asking, "What if everything goes wrong?" and started asking, "What if this is the moment everything finally begins?" Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Their mother noticed the change immediately. With a gentle smile, she said, "A brave heart doesn't know every answer. It simply chooses honesty over fear." Those words became the final piece your soulmate needed. They realized that no letter, no photograph, and no mysterious message could decide their future. Only their own courage could. As the sun rose higher, they made a promise to stop hiding from the feelings they had carried for so long. Just as they prepared to take that first step, an unexpected sound came from outside the house. A familiar voice called their name, bringing the entire family to the doorway. Your soulmate looked toward the gate, completely stunned by who had arrived. No one had expected this visitor, and the reason behind their arrival would reveal the final chapter of a story that had only just begun. Don't skip, because the next part uncovers the biggest surprise of all. The gate slowly opened, and the mysterious visitor stepped inside with a calm smile. No one spoke for several seconds. Your soulmate searched their face, trying to understand why they had come at such an important moment. The visitor quietly said, "I didn't come to change your decision. I came to remind you of something you almost forgot. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you." From a small bag, the visitor carefully placed an old journal on the table. Inside were handwritten thoughts about courage, patience, and the importance of speaking honestly before opportunities slip away. As your soulmate turned the pages, every sentence seemed to mirror the journey they had been living. Their mother looked at them with quiet pride and whispered, "Every sign has led you here, but only you can choose your next step." At that moment, fear no longer seemed stronger than hope. Then the visitor pointed to the very last page of the journal. It was sealed with a single folded note that had never been opened. Everyone in the room fell silent as your soulmate reached for it. Just before the seal was broken, the visitor smiled and said, "The words inside are meant to begin a new chapter, not end this one." Don't skip, because the next part reveals the final message that changes your soulmate's heart forever. The room became completely still as your soulmate carefully opened the final folded note. Every eye was fixed on those few handwritten lines, knowing they had waited so long for this moment. The message simply read, "The greatest journeys do not begin when every question is answered. They begin when someone chooses courage over fear." Your soulmate slowly closed their eyes, and for the first time, there was no confusion left in their heart. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Their mother smiled with quiet pride and gently said, "Now you understand why I reacted so strongly that night. I wasn't trying to stop you, I was hoping you would finally believe in yourself." Those words lifted every remaining doubt. Your soulmate realized that the real turning point had never been the mysterious letters, the unexpected visitor, or the hidden photograph. It had been the moment they decided to stop letting uncertainty control their future and instead move forward with honesty, kindness, and hope. As the evening drew to a close, your soulmate carefully placed every letter, every photograph, and every memory back into the envelope. but one page remained outside. On it, a single sentence seemed to shine brighter than all the rest. The story is not ending here. The next chapter begins with a meeting no one expected. Your soulmate looked toward the horizon with a peaceful smile, knowing that the future was finally ready to unfold. Don't skip, because the final part reveals the unforgettable meeting that brings every clue together. The day everyone had been waiting for finally arrived. As the sun dipped below the horizon, your soulmate walked toward the place where countless memories had quietly begun. Every step felt lighter than the last because fear no longer stood in the way. Their mother watched from a distance with a gentle smile and whispered, "Sometimes the greatest miracle is simply finding the courage to move forward. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you." When your soulmate reached the meeting place, they paused for a moment. The air was calm, the world seemed unusually quiet, and their heart was filled with hope instead of doubt. They realized that this journey had never been about chasing signs. It had been about becoming the kind of person who could love with honesty, patience, and respect. At that very moment, they felt that a new chapter was beginning, one built not on fear, but on trust and genuine connection. Just before the story reached its final page, your soulmate noticed one last envelope resting on a nearby bench. It carried only a single sentence. "The ending you imagined is only the beginning of an even greater story." They smiled, looked toward the horizon, and quietly stepped forward, ready to embrace whatever came next. But the greatest surprise has not yet been revealed. Don't skip, because the final part uncovers the message that brings every mystery together and leaves a lasting impression. The final envelope was opened with steady hands. Inside was no shocking prediction, no impossible promise, only a simple message that carried the greatest truth of the entire journey. The strongest connections are built through honesty, patience, kindness, and the courage to take the first step. Your soulmate smiled, and their mother quietly nodded. At that moment, every unanswered question from the past seemed far less important than the choice to move forward with hope. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your soulmate looked back at the path they had traveled, the fear that once held them back, the conversations that changed their perspective, and the encouragement that helped them trust their own heart. Their mother gently placed a hand on their shoulder and said, "No matter what tomorrow brings, never let fear speak louder than your values." Those words became the greatest lesson of all. The real victory was not in finding perfect certainty, but in choosing sincerity over doubt and hope over hesitation. As the story came to a close, the sun disappeared beyond the horizon, marking the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. The envelope was carefully folded away, but its message remained forever. Every meaningful journey begins with one brave decision. Your soulmate took one final deep breath, smiled toward the future, and walked forward with confidence. The mystery had ended, but a beautiful new beginning had just begun, and that is the greatest surprise of all. A few days later, your soulmate found themselves standing in the very place where their journey of doubt had finally turned into hope. The memories of every conversation, every letter, and every lesson returned at once. This time, however, there was no fear, only quiet confidence. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As they looked around, they noticed one final gift resting on a wooden bench. It wasn't another mysterious envelope. It was a blank journal with only one sentence written on the first page. The rest of this story will be written by the choices you make today. Your soulmate smiled, realizing that no hidden message could ever be more powerful than a sincere decision made with honesty, patience, and courage. Before leaving, their mother spoke one last time. She said, "Every ending becomes a new beginning when you choose hope instead of fear." Your soulmate closed the journal, took a deep breath, and stepped forward into an unwritten future, one filled with possibility rather than certainty. The screen slowly faded to black, leaving only one thought behind. Sometimes the greatest surprise isn't discovering the future, it's finding the courage to create it. The story did not end when the journal closed. It truly began the moment your soulmate wrote the very first sentence inside it. "I will no longer let fear decide my future." Those simple words carried more power than every mystery that came before. Their mother smiled quietly, knowing that the greatest transformation had happened within the heart, not around it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the days passed, your soulmate noticed that life felt different. Small moments that once seemed ordinary now carried unexpected meaning. Every sunrise reminded them of a fresh beginning, and every challenge became another reason to keep moving forward with courage. Then one evening, while turning the final page of the journal, a tiny folded bookmark slipped onto the floor. On it was a single handwritten line: "The next chapter begins when two paths finally cross." Those words filled the room with silence and anticipation. Your soulmate carefully placed the bookmark back inside the journal and looked toward the horizon with quiet hope. Their mother gently whispered, "Some journeys aren't measured by how quickly they unfold, but by how deeply they change the people walking them." At that very moment, a distant figure appeared at the end of the road, slowly walking closer with a warm smile. The identity of that visitor remained a mystery as the scene faded away. Don't skip, because the next part reveals who stepped into the story and why that meeting changed everything. The mysterious figure came closer with calm, unhurried steps. Your soulmate tried to recognize the face, but the evening light kept it hidden until the very last moment. Then the visitor smiled and said, "I've been waiting for the right time to deliver one final message." The entire atmosphere changed. Even their mother stood silently, as if she had been expecting this meeting all along. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The visitor reached into their pocket and handed your soulmate a small key attached to a ribbon. There was no name, no explanation, only a tiny tag that read, "Open only when you are ready to let go of yesterday." Your soulmate looked at their mother in confusion. She gently nodded and whispered, "Every journey has one final door. It doesn't lead to the past, it leads to the life you've been preparing for." At that moment, every lesson of courage, patience, and honesty suddenly made perfect sense. Just before the visitor turned to leave, they paused and quietly added, "The lock this key belongs to is closer than you think." Those words echoed through the silent evening. Your soulmate closed their hand around the key, determined to discover the truth behind it. But where the lock was hidden, and what waited beyond it, remained the greatest mystery of all. Don't skip, because the next part reveals the hidden door that changes the entire story forever. The small key felt strangely warm in your soulmate's hand as they followed the quiet path through the garden. Every step seemed to bring back memories of the journey that had changed them from the inside. Their mother walked beside them and softly said, "The greatest doors are never opened by force. They open only when the heart is ready." Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. At the end of the path stood an old wooden chest, untouched by time. It had no name carved into it, only a single symbol matching the one on the key. Your soulmate paused for a long moment before gently placing the key into the lock. With a soft click, the chest opened. Inside there was no treasure of gold or jewels, only a mirror and a handwritten letter. The first line read, "Before you search for the future, look at the person you have become." As your soulmate looked into the mirror, they realized the greatest transformation had never happened around them. It had happened within them. Then they unfolded the final page beneath the mirror. Only one sentence was written there: "When your heart has learned courage, kindness, and patience, the next chapter will find you." Your soulmate smiled, carefully closed the chest, and looked toward the horizon with renewed hope. But just as they turned to leave, a gentle voice from behind whispered, "There is one last truth you still haven't discovered." Don't skip, because the next part reveals the final secret that has been hidden since the very beginning of the story. The gentle voice behind your soulmate was calm, yet it carried a quiet certainty that made everything stand still. They slowly turned around, expecting another mystery, another hidden clue. Instead, the visitor simply smiled and said, "The final secret was never hidden inside the letters, the photographs, or the key. It was hidden inside every choice you made along the way." Your soulmate looked back at the path they had traveled and finally understood. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Their mother stepped forward with a warm smile and added, every challenge you faced had one purpose, to help you become someone who chooses honesty, patience, and courage instead of fear. In that moment, every unanswered question found its place. The mysterious messages had never been predicting the future. They had been guiding your soulmate toward becoming the best version of themselves. A deep sense of peace filled the air as everyone realized the journey had been far greater than anyone first imagined. As the sun disappeared beyond the horizon, your soulmate carefully closed the journal one final time. On the very last page, a new sentence appeared beneath the old ones. Every ending is the beginning of another beautiful story. They smiled, took one confident step forward, and walked into a future filled with hope and possibility. The screen slowly faded to black, leaving one unforgettable,